This is Valley News Live at 6.
The rain came and went, leaving streets and sidewalks wet, and there's more to come. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. You'll also notice that the folks in that video wearing a hat, a glove, and a coat, probably some practical wardrobe choices.
With the weekend here and outdoor activities on the schedule for many, let's go to Hutch Johnson for the latest on what we can expect tonight. Hutch?
Well, we are undergoing change, and that is we will be drying out. But for this evening, we'll continue to see rain falling. Now, the Devil's Lake Basin and Grand Forks and Points North, the rain is all but done for you. But Fargo, southeast North Dakota, still has heavy bands moving from southwest to northeast through the region where you see the dark greens and yellows. Heavy rain possible through that area. This will all cross the Red River as we go through the 10 o'clock hour, pushing into Minnesota, lasting in Minnesota into the overnight hours. Rainfall estimates where you see the dark green there in southeast North Dakota, upwards of 1.8 inches of rain, and it's still falling. Temperatures in the 40s as we go through the evening. Bring your umbrella and your galoshes, and then as we head into the weekend, find out how much sunscreen you'll need. Details on a brighter forecast in the future in a moment or two.
All right, Hutch, thank you.
The nation's safety may soon be at risk. Some military members may soon not get paid. Others may be laid off. Yesterday, President Obama vetoed the defense bill, which sets funding for military salaries, equipment, and policy reforms, and addresses pension reform and sexual assault in the military.
Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks into how local military bases will be impacted.
The National Defense Authorization Act was going to benefit the North Dakota Air National Guard. The base was supposed to see $7.3 million to construct a new facility to support their targeting mission, which is currently involving drones. Here at the North Dakota Air National Guard base in Fargo, I spoke with the lieutenant. He was not able to speak with me on camera, but does tell me he does not know fully how they'll be impacted by the defense bill getting vetoed. He adds that they've been through tough fiscal times here at the Air National Guard before, and he knows they will get through this. As for the Grand Forks Air Base, they also say they don't know what impact there will be for them at a local level yet. The defense bill now moves back to Congress to rework the bill or try to gain enough votes to override the veto. Until then, the military will operate under last year's budget, which runs out in December. That's when layoffs would occur and programs would shut down. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Senators Hoeven and Heitkamp and Representative Kevin Cramer all voted in favor of the defense bill. Senator Hoeven and Representative Cramer both say they are disappointed that a bipartisan bill that impacts our nation's security didn't pass, and they say they are working to overturn the veto. Senator Heitkamp says Congress needs to find a way to balance the increases in the defense budget without completely slashing funds to other domestic programs.
A 31-year-old Grand Forks man was murdered this morning. Joshua Newman was originally from Wadena, Minnesota. He was currently working at Jimmy John's sandwich shop in Grand Forks. 36-year-old Nicholas Perales Jr. of Grand Forks has been arrested and charged with murder. Perales is accused of stabbing Newman multiple times. It happened at 3 this morning at an apartment on the corner of 26th Avenue South and 11th Street. Mortally wounded, Newman was able to get into his vehicle and drive 2.5 blocks before crashing into 2 parked cars. A nearby security camera captured some of the action. Newman may have been bleeding to death at the crash scene for an extended period of time. A passing motorist didn't report the crash until nearly 5:30 this morning. Newman was taken to All True Hospital where he was pronounced dead of multiple stab wounds.
It appears as if there was a fight between the victim and one subject, and during that fight he was stabbed multiple times.
Authorities have not released any motive for the stabbing yet. Nicholas Perales Jr. was formally charged with murder in Grand Forks District Court this afternoon. He remains in jail tonight on bond of $500,000.
A university that has come under question themselves is trying to lead the way in ending rape across all college campuses. Minnesota State University Moorhead began a task force on sexual assault after a number of students there were raped, and today brought in a speaker known across the nation. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson has the story of a woman who was raped and says her college didn't believe her.
What happened to me is not my fault. No one causes their own rape, right? Only rapists cause rape. It just feels so unjust that women are victims of a crime that's not their fault, and then they're paying the price, literally, very often for the rest of their lives.
After being raped, then not believed by her college administrators, activist Wagatwe Wanjuki wants change.
The people in charge are products of our society where, we've been taught that the woman was asking for it, or only women can be raped. This is what happens, when the people who are designed to protect us believe these really harmful things.
Her story is like many others. Colleges across the nation have been called out, even sued for not handling sexual assault the right way.
They see rape as a public relations problem rather than a safety problem. I think a lot of them just don't really know what sexual violence is about, and they have all these rape myths in their minds, and they might be victim blaming, and they're just not properly educated about the process, so they end up messing up a lot.
Wanjuki wants all students to know their rights under Title IX, a federal civil right that prohibits sexual discrimination in education. Your school must have a procedure for handling complaints of sexual harassment or violence, and they must take immediate action, keep a victim safe, and make sure the victim can continue their education free of ongoing violence.
Administrators said things that were really shocking to me, and they still resonate with me all these years later.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you want to learn more about your rights as a student, need to report an assault, or a problem with how your school's handling violence, we have a link to those resources on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com and then click on this story.
A Moorhead teen who admitted to murder is now saying he didn't do it. 16-year-old Zachary St. Clair told police he killed Brad Carrington because Carrington had molested him for years. But St. Clair now says his brother, Anthony Rodriguez, did it. Both are in custody. St. Clair is charged with murder. Rodriguez is charged with second-degree murder. St. Clair said he made up the story so that his brother would not go to jail. He also said that he was never asked to take the blame for the murder. Carrington's body was found Sunday morning in his trailer in the Mobile Manor Mobile Home Park in North Moorhead.
Fargo police are looking for the person responsible for damaging vehicles with a pop can. Police say the cans were used as projectiles. Now, the vehicle responsible for the damage is identified as a late 90s model, four-door red Chevy Silverado pickup with chrome trim with an unknown license plate. The incidents happened around 8 and 10 p.m. If you have any information on this, you're asked to contact police. Coming up tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, Valley News Team's Macy Enger will have much more in-depth look at this story.
Bike thefts are on the rise in several areas of Fargo. The areas include downtown Fargo and around the NDSU campus. Police say thieves have been cutting locks. They say don't buy a cheap lock, get a heavy-duty one.
Pretty nice bike, so I was a little concerned that somebody might try to somehow cut the lock or something, but so far I've had no problems with it as long as the lock is on.
Now that I know that people are out taking bikes, I might have to get one.
Police say register your bicycle and other expensive possessions, such as laptops and tablets, with the My Property program. It gives police a record of your items if they're stolen. For a link to that site, just visit our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story.
It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say that Cody Pankowski is wanted for several charges, including possession of a controlled substance and driving under suspension. Here's a picture of him. Law enforcement say that if you have any information on him, give them a call right away.
With winter right around the corner, riding days are limited for motorcyclists. But before putting all those summer toys away, there's one event where you can look forward to next summer. Legendary Motorsports is holding an end-of-the-season celebration tomorrow from 11 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. A runway leather-style show, food, and even a motorcycle will be given away. The store also has snowmobiles, ATVs, and watercrafts. Special promotions will also be going on for bikes, gear, and more to give you a thrill. Legendary Motorsports also has battery-powered motorcycles. For more on this, go to valleynewslive.com and click on our hot button.
Looking at those bikes, it makes you feel warm because you think of summer, but it's not too warm out there.
No, I don't think it is either.
And nothing like a good book when the weather is cold and rainy like this, later at 6. This weekend, there's a used book sale slated in Moorhead. We're going to have the details.
But next, your forecast does show the rain exits the valley. I'll tell you when, and we'll talk about that weekend outlook coming up right after this.